The job was supposed to be simple. A routine geological survey in the deepest, most remote part of the Amazon. My team and I were charting unmapped cave systems, places where sunlight was just a myth. For weeks, it was the usual stuff: rock samples, sonar readings, the constant drip 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 of water echoing in the dark. But then, we found the chamber. It wasn't on any of our scans. It was hidden behind a wall of what looked like fused volcanic rock, but it felt different, almost organic. We spent 2 days drilling through it. The air that hissed out when we finally broke through smelled ancient, like dust and decay and something else. Something vaguely metallic and reptilian. The chamber beyond was immense, a natural cathedral of stone. But what caught our attention weren't the glittering crystal formations. It was the carvings. Covering every surface were intricate etchings of serpentine creatures, locked in combat with things that looked vaguely human. They weren't like any known reptile. They were long, impossibly thin, with limbs that bent at unnatural angles and heads crowned with bony plates. The art was primitive, but the terror it depicted was universal. Our geologist, Maria, was the first to notice the fossils. They were embedded in the walls, perfectly preserved. Skeletons matching the carvings exactly. We were ecstatic. This was a discovery that would rewrite textbooks. A previously unknown branch of the reptilian family tree, maybe even a missing link. We documented everything, taking photos, making sketches, bagging samples. The excitement was electric, a stark contrast to the oppressive silence of the cave. That's when the problem started. Our equipment began to fail. First the radios, then the lights on our helmets started flickering unpredictably. We blamed the unique mineral composition of the cave, some kind of magnetic interference. We decided to pack up and head back to base camp to regroup. That was when Lewis, our youngest member, started screaming. He was pointing his flashlight at a dark crevice near the chamber's entrance. His light was shaking so badly the beam danced across the walls. At first, we saw nothing, just shadows. Then, a shadow detached itself from the others. It moved with a fluidity that was utterly wrong. It wasn't slithering, it was unfolding. A long, stick-thin limb, pale as bone, extended from the darkness, followed by another. It was just like the carvings. Its skin was translucent, and we could almost see the dark shapes of organs pulsing within. It had no eyes, just a smooth, plated head that tilted as if listening. It made no sound, but we could all feel it. A low, vibrating hum that resonated in our bones, a pressure building in our skulls. It was an ancient, predatory intelligence. We ran. We didn't look back. We just scrambled through the tunnels, the sounds of our own panicked breaths deafening. The flickering beams of our headlamps created a strobe-like nightmare of rock and shadow. Behind us, we heard a soft, wet scraping sound. The sound of slender, bony claws on stone, keeping a steady, unhurried pace. It wasn't chasing us to catch us. It was herding us. I was the last one to make it out of the main cave entrance into the jungle twilight. I turned, expecting to see the others behind me. But there was only darkness. The scraping sound had stopped. I screamed their names, Maria, Lewis, everyone, until my voice was raw. Only the chirping of insects answered. They were gone. The cave had taken them. I realized then that we hadn't discovered a fossil. We had discovered a tomb. And we had opened the door. Sometimes, late at night, I can still feel that low hum, that pressure in my head. I know it's not just in my memory. I know it's out there, in the dark places of the world, and it's listening. Waiting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales from the shadows.